Sexuality is not as complex of an issue as most people think. They just make it complex. For example, what makes a prostitute a prostitute? Are pimps master psychologists and psychiatrists? No. It's very simple. To turn someone out. They get turned out in the Boy Scouts, in church, in secret societies and social clubs. They get turned out in prisons, in reform schools. Okay? People get sexually abused and they change their sexual orientation as they have a period of being confused about their sexuality. We saw that with the military sexual assaults where the soldiers were talking about how they're confused about their sexuality as a result of being assaulted by homosexuals. The gay agenda, if you will, okay, call it that, don't call it that, I don't care. But there's a problem with homosexuals and the LGBT community organizing to harass people to make them gay, and a lot of times they offer them financial incentives, right? And they try to coerce them if they don't go along with it. They say, hey, if you're gay, you're gonna, it's gonna be easier to get a job, it's gonna be easier to be a rap star, you name it, okay? And if you don't, we're gonna come after you, and they threaten you and your family, okay? For years, gay people have been hacking my phone, threatening me and my family, okay? They've been using technology, they've been fuming me and poisoning me. Law enforcement is helping them. One of the major reasons it continues is because the right wing does not have a strong stance against the gay agenda. They don't. It's like if there's a city, there's 500 people getting killed every year, okay, and there's one serial killer killing somebody every 5 years. You don't just zoom in on that one serial killer and ignore the gang problem in the city and say, hey, let's just put all our resources on that guy. That's the Republican stance to the gay agenda. They ignore the massive gay agenda and say, hey, there's gender-neutral bathrooms or trannies in sports. It's fucking stupid, okay? And as a result, there's this massive agenda. Hollywood's in on it. All those homosexuals that work there. It's a very gay city there. It's a stronghold for them. San Francisco is in on it. The Grand Lodge of Freemasonry in California is in San Francisco. Okay, it's solid, strong political connection. Many famous gay Republican politicians, you just look at them. Basically, all politicians have gay mannerisms. Okay, you look at fashion. You look at information technology. Computer science. Okay. There's just gays across the fucking board running things effectively with an inordinate influence on society, okay? And they are terrorizing me with their allies every day. There's white skin supremacists, social club kind of guys, not necessarily skinheads and Klansmen, but they're kind of fraternity Freemason guys, cultural supremacists. They say we want a white cultural state, okay? They say it's a war on terror, and who started it? A bunch of conservatives, right? And they want their white American culture to dominate the planet, something to this effect. And the Europeans are helping them, and they're finding common ground. And Israel, their allies, NATO. Okay, so America has become, and I'm American, born in America, live in America. It's become a terrorist state, where gays are the LGBT community are basically the main terrorists. Okay. LGBT people and nerds. It's very much technological terrorism. They use chemistry, pharmacology, okay? They use computer science. They use IT infrastructure, and they're coercing other criminal groups to help them out. This is the fucking situation. Okay, and I have 21 witnesses to the harassment campaign against me. I'm literally being terrorized. Well, at least they're trying to terrorize. I'm not scared. I'm the top martial artist ever. They're basically a bunch of nerds and weirdos and pedophiles. Okay, but since law enforcement is helping them out, the military is helping them out. Okay, they're attempting to kind of coerce me into doing what they want, and they've changed my brain function to a certain degree after years of fuming and drugging and harassing me and trying to scare me and so on and so forth. Okay, that's the situation. I'm sorry if the LGBT community doesn't like the bad publicity. It's fucking stupid. I'm not even a famous figure on YouTube or something, not a famous public figure. I feel I have a right to my opinion. I feel that if groups, regardless of who they are, if they're Jews, and there are Jews involved, they're whites, they're blacks, whoever it is, if they're organizing to terrorize me, I feel I have a right to speak on it. And if law enforcement is ignoring it, which they are, okay, I should have a right to post it on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok or wherever, okay? These people own these sites, and they try to find ways to make it about something else, to suppress my videos, trying to paint me as a terrorist, which is fucking insane. Because if they say, hey, this guy's a terrorist, then they got to investigate, and they see all these people breaking the law, trying to terrorize me. Okay, it is fucking sick. I do not respect people who reproduce in this society. It's very obvious this is a very sick planet, very sick society. People refuse to do the right thing. Their arguments politically, socially, you see it in their Facebook groups that reflect insanity. They've disassociated from reality, and a lot of it has to do with breeding clubs, social clubs, kind of sex cults that have bred tons of people who are idiots and crazy and childish, sniveling beta worms like them. Betas and